want to go through an impulse factor called Jones effect. Now, Jones effect is one of the most powerful impulse factors when you're doing residential sales. The reason being is because most people actually know their next door neighbour, or they'll know someone who lives down the road. So what you want to do is you want to create this circle of safety, and you want people to be a part of it as well. Because no one likes being the first person to do something, but no one actually likes not being involved at all either as well. So you need to make it out like everybody in the community is actually getting involved. Now, the way I'm going to use this is I'll mention someone's name, and I'll also mention a fact about them as well. So my job as I'm going around the field is to collect as many names as I possibly can. The goal is to have a minimum of 30 names every single day. And it's almost like collecting ammunition around the fields. If you're in a war, the more ammunition you have, the more chance you actually have of winning and beating the opposition, right? So we want to get as much names as possible to be able to implement within the pitch. Now, the way I'm actually going to implement it is as soon as I ask them for their postcode, that's when I want to build a little bit of rapport with them, so that trust is gained at the very beginning of the pitch. So I'll be like, so I'm here to make sure you're not being overcharged, so can you verify your postcode? So I'll also start with the question, so how long have you lived in the area? Because it just opens up the conversation. So whether they say they've been here for 2 days or 20 years, makes zero difference. As soon as they tell me how long they've been there, I'll be like, oh, so do you know John down the road? Or do you know Sally who lives a few doors up? Or do you know Kevin next door? And I'll mention something like if they've got a dog, or if they had like kids running around, like causing trouble. Just a tiny little fact just to throw in there as well, because that shows not only do I know the person's name, I must have hung out with them for a little bit to know that tiny little bit about them as well. And that's the best way to implement it within the pitch, and that's the best way to actually gain trust within the pitch as well.